Hi everyone, welcome to part 2 of our little watercolor painting. As I mentioned in part 1, sometimes we're doing a watercolor, and it doesn't even have to be a watercolor. It could be an alcohol ink, it could be an acrylic painting. In my case, I discovered this because I was doing a watercolor, and I was doing actually this sort of scene, and there were areas that I wasn't crazy about. So I decided, with a bit of thinking what to do, I decided to cut it up for bookmarks because I had been making bookmarks. So in part 1, I did this little painting with you, and now we're at part 2. So we're going to cut this up. Seems like a shame, doesn't it? We're going to cut it up and make it into bookmarks. Now, I've marked it off here for my normal size of bookmarks, which is about 1.5 inches across, maybe a little bit less. About 1.25 inches across, and usually about 6 to 6.5 inches long. Makes a bookmark about this size. And we're going to use, now I've got some that I had already cut out, a couple weeks ago. And this was made from acrylic paper that I had in a pad, and I covered it with watercolor paper, B paper, which is 100% cotton, in case I want to do a watercolor scene on these ones. So these are ready for the future. For today's sake, we're going to cut this up and add them to, well, I guess we're going to cut these and add them to these. So, I know, get it together. So, yeah, so I've marked it. I'm just going to pull out my paper cutter. It's hiding from me. Where are you? Here you are. Okay. Now, I don't know when I last changed the blade on this, so I may end up back using scissors. So we'll just cut this. Into our bookmarks. And I'll tell you, I don't know if I think I said this in the first video. These sell really well. People like them. So good to know if you're in, if you do markets. I just moved from a tourist village where there was a museum, one of those historic museums where you walk around, to another village that's, their tourism is based on being on the ocean and being the birthplace of New Scotland. Nova Scotia means New Scotland. Yeah, so I'm hoping the tourists will like these ones here too. Especially here because these are sort of ocean scenes. And yeah, so I'm hoping they will like them. I enjoy doing them even if they never sell. I'm just looking for my eraser. Get rid of my pencil lines. So yeah, you don't have to be in a tourist area to sell these bookmarks, because most people can relate to the ocean. Nice sunny day again today. Love it. I can handle the cold if it's sunny out. I don't think there's anything more miserable than cold and wet. Ugh. So yeah, nice and sunny. Although I must say, I don't know my directions. I don't know which direction I'm facing. Yeah. So yeah, I don't get direct sunlight coming in. There's a bit of a shadow here, so not great for lighting. I may break down and buy some actual lighting. This YouTube channel I started it sort of on a whim because I'm retired and I thought it'd be fun to do YouTube videos. I had a Facebook page for, about a year and a half before I started my channel. So I thought, yeah, maybe I'd do that. So, and I'm loving it. And it's growing slowly but surely. So there's our little bookmarks. How adorable is that? Let's put them in sequence. Let's see what we have here. Is that, no, that's not right. It's like a puzzle now. Okay, that goes there. And then we have this house. And that goes there. And then, oh, missing a part. Wait, no. This goes here. I know you're thinking, oh my God, she's wasting my time. And this goes here. And this goes here. Look, how cute is that? And any one of these can be sold as bookmarks because they each have something of value on them. Even if it's just, this little ramshackle house or weathered house, I guess. This house with the tree and a few birds. This partial houses with the rickety fence and the sailboat and some birds. And this house, almost a full house. Maybe I'll draw some birds in there. Why not, eh? Oh, that's a brush. There we go. Just to add a little more interest. I think I'll do the same on this one. Try to get them going somewhat different directions. And this one. There we have it. Now there's birds on all of them. Every little one of these details helps. Okay, so what you're going to need is a hole punch. Don't buy the cheap ones at the dollar stores. They're really not worth it. They can't punch through much thickness and they break really quick. So just pick up one of these at, your normal Walmart or whatever, Walgreens or wherever you shop. I don't know where you shop in Australia and, Zimbabwe. But yeah, one of these 3-hole punch or a more expensive single punch. A foam brush, some Mod Podge. Now I use gloss just because I like shiny things. You use what you're most comfortable with. And some tassels. And you get these on Amazon. You get 50 in a package, and I'm sorry, but I don't remember how much the package was. So we're going to punch our holes, then we're going to Mod Podge. Now I would have Mod Podged, it would have been easier to Mod Podge the whole sheet before I cut it up, but then I'd be Mod Podging over the lines, so can't be doing that. Can't erase it once you put the Mod Podge on. So Going to Mod Podge this now. I've heard so many people call this Mod Podge. I don't know what it is about that, but that drives me crazy. If you do that, sorry, I don't mean to insult you, but I don't know why people can't get the Mod Podge right. I don't get it. That's all right. There's far worse things in the world than that, I'll tell you. And we're going to Mod Podge both sides because this is to protect our little painting and generally to protect the paper, so that, you know, often those of us that use bookmarks and read will be reading with and eat food. I eat food all the time, actually, and it shows. Anyway, so we want to protect it somewhat. So we add this Mod Podge. And Mod Podge also adds another sense of dimension. So that's fun. Now I'm going to go through all of these, front and back. So we'll come back when these are done. I have to dry between layers. Now I will add probably at least 3 layers, 3 thinner layers. Make sure I get every spot and create even more of that dimension I spoke about. So I'm going to finish this up, and then we'll come back and punch our holes in and add some tassels and take a look at what we've got. So, see you in a bit. Okay, I think I was in a bit of a hurry when I said I was going to Mod Podge my bookmarks, because what I have to do first is, now I have pieces cut out, but I want to show you, this is just some Strathmore acrylic papers, which are fairly thick, but perfect for my needs for bookmarks, because while it's thick, it's not so thick that it's making the bookmark totally stiff. So what I do after I cut up my painting is just line it up like this, so I get an exact fit. Line it up on my Strathmore paper and mark it off and cut it immediately before I do the next one, because you do need a pretty exact cut, you know. So, and then I would glue that onto this. Like this. And then Mod Podge. Okay, so now I'm going to go back and finish Mod Podging, and then we'll come back and look at these. So here we have it. All my little bookmarks have been glued to the backing and Mod Podged on the front and back. Now be careful on the front that you're not using too much Mod Podge, because you'll end up with little ridges that will take away a little bit from your picture. On the back it doesn't matter. But yeah, I tried to do at least 2 thinner coats rather than 1 thick coat. So here we have those. Now I'm just going to let's take these 3, and with my hole punch, just tuck them in here, try to get them in the center and all the way back. I usually do one at a time, so I'm just trying this. Hopefully this is okay. It's not. It's too hard. I'm getting too old. Okay, one at a time. I thought I'd give it a shot. Okay. So, and then we're going to add our little tassels. Now, this one I thought would look nice there, just to pick up this color. This one, where did I want this one? I think this one here, and then a more neutral color on that one. And you just bring it in from the back. Like this. Now, if you want, like I said, the clothesline ones seem to sell the best. So it's very easy just to do rows of clothesline ones. You know, you can set up your whole bookmark like this, where it's set up. This is watercolor paper, set up for your pen and ink, your ink and wash, and just do a clotheslines. You know, just follow this one, draw a little half house and a clothesline and a sailboat. You know, so you could do that and just do multiples of those. So, yeah. And you can clip these off to make them a little bit rounder if you choose. Just leave it as it is. Now, I sell mine. These make lovely little gifts, especially if you're giving a book. You tuck in, you know, one of your handmade bookmarks. Or just a little teacher gift. A gift for the music teacher, you know, the teacher at the school, what, you know, whoever, and or who knows, if you know somebody that reads and just want to give it to them, you know, all kinds of uses for these little bookmarks. Inexpensive, easy to make. My guess is each one is probably about maybe 90 cents to make, less than $1. And I can sell these, depending on my market. I sell them anywhere from $4 to $5 each, or, you know, 3 for $12 or whatever. So, yeah. So just fun little bookmarks. For gifts, to sell at markets, to keep for yourself, you know, whatever. So like I said, the tassels you can get up from Amazon. My paints I get from Amazon. Daniel Steele, I use Daniel Steele, M. Graham, and Winsor & Newton. You can just use student grade. You don't need high quality paints. My pens, I use a Micron 01 for the most part. Sometimes 005, which is even finer, and other times a 02. So I hope you enjoyed that. That's my process. So, like I said, it starts with the painting that may not turn out as you had expected or hoped, and easily cut up and made into these wonderful little bookmarks. So, would love a thumbs up, a share, a comment. If you haven't subscribed, it'd be great for you to subscribe. And remember, today is a good day to have a good day. Bye for now, folks.